Hi there, Eve here, and today we're gonna do something a little different. I'm making a video so we could eat together because I noticed, online there's so many videos about, about what to eat. People writing, this is what I eat in a day, or this is what your plate has to look like, and, all these diet plans and stuff. And so I thought, let's do something different. I wanna talk about the how to eat. Because I notice, at least in my practice, that that's where many people struggle with their food. So that's what I wanted to address today. And I thought it would be so fun if we had a meal together. So as I'm putting my food, I got some takeout. As I put my food here in my bowl, my mom got me these, I'm gonna talk about, the reason why it could be an issue. Just to focus on the what of eating. So many places they just focus on the what is because there's more to food than just what you're eating. As you notice, it's taking this whole thing of food and eating and simplifying it to the what. And if you're anything like me, I'm sure you've Googled, or tried to research the right way to eat or the what to eat. And everybody has a different answer. And so I've learned in just trying to find out the what about food, like the what to eat, it keeps you in your head. And the thing about food is, it's a body-based thing. So if you want me to wait a second while you go get your food, you could put this on pause, or you could watch this when you're eating something if you want to have a meal together, because it could be very fun, to have this together. So anyway, as I was saying, there's a lot more to food than just the what. And if you just focus on the what, it keeps you in your head. And food is a body-based thing. And so when you're in your head, you're not in your body. So I'm going to attempt, I've never brought this home. I usually eat at the restaurant where I got this from. So this is gonna be very interesting. Oh my goodness, so good. It's a Vietnamese restaurant that I love, that I picked this up. And it's actually my first time going, and it felt so good to be outside to get this food. It felt so good to pick this up. So I'm not even sure if all of that's even gonna fit in this bowl, but I'm gonna try. Oh my goodness, it's a mountain. Can you see that? Oh yeah, you can. Oh, like food is falling everywhere. How fun. Okay, cool. All right, so here's my mountain of food here. So let me see. I have some notes I took here about some of the things I want to talk about. Yeah, and there's a lot more to food than the what to eat, because what if they tell you this is what you have to eat and you eat it, but you're still hungry, Or what if they tell you this is what you're supposed to be eating and you're full? Or what if you know how much to eat? Or what if they tell you what to eat, but you're eating in between meals, So the how to eat is very important. I think it's just as important, if not more important, than the what to eat. And I feel like so much time and energy is spent in people trying to figure out the what to eat. So I'm gonna mix up this dressing here. Let's see. So, and I also believe that there is such thing, and I think this is something I definitely struggle with, and many people who come to see me and work with me, is they struggle with actually knowing too much about food. Like they know so much about food that while they're eating, it's hard for them to be present because they're distracted by all the rules that they're trying to follow. So, I think, and I did a video on that about, how you could actually know too much about food and how that could be distracting. So cool. We have a little mess going on. I want to get this out of the way. Oh, we got some sauces. I love this sauce. Okay, yum. This is so fun. This is so exciting. Okay, so I have my water here. A friend got me some fresh lemon, so I'm excited to have that. And so I'm excited to go through the how to eat. Well, first of all, because this is fun. I'm happy to be having this meal with you. But, I want to go through this meal and show you how I stay present and help you stay present. So if you decided to have a meal with me, which I hope you did, I want to help you stay present as well. So, and staying present with the food, staying present in your body while you're eating. And I know it's interesting because, you're going to be slightly distracted because I'm talking, and I'm slightly distracted because, I have some notes and, I'm on video, but we're trying here and we're learning, and that's what this is all about. So before I get started, I just want to take a minute here for both of us to have a chance by both of us, I mean you and me. I don't have anybody else here, it's just me. To set our intentions for this meal. So my intentions, let's see. My intention in having this meal is to have a good time with you. This is something I've never done before on video. I've done this with private clients, but I've never done this on video. But to have a good time, to enjoy my food. I love this meal, and it's my first time going back ever since quarantine. So I'm so excited to have this steak noodle salad bowl, or whatever this is. And also, my intention is to stay as present as I can in my body. My intention is to also pay attention to my fullness, be able to recognize my fullness, and actually be able to stop. And my intention is to, not ruin my lipstick too bad, I want to stay looking presentable for you all. So take a moment now and set your intentions. If you want, you can even write them in the comments below to let me know, like before this meal, what are your intentions going into the meal. So that was really fun to set my intentions out loud and to do it with you. And so let's get started. Let's eat. And so, what did you get to eat? Are you eating with me? I'm so curious to know. Oh, now you get to watch me be really sucky using chopsticks. I'm not good at using chopsticks. Maybe I should have got a fork too. But actually that would have been a really good idea, because watching me struggle with chopsticks is going to be quite entertaining, because I'm not good with chopsticks. But I love using them because they're fun. Sorry. I will talk with my mouth open. Otherwise, there'll be a lot of silence in this video, and I think that would be very boring. So I hope I don't choke. I don't think I'll choke, because I have talked and eaten at the same time. Maybe I shouldn't admit that, but it's true. So yeah, so let's talk. I'll tell you why I picked this meal. Wow, look at this mess I created over here. I picked this restaurant because before we went into quarantine, actually I had this video to eat on video with people, like do something like this for a long time now, because I know it could be very healing to eat a meal with somebody. I've done this with clients and they really loved it, and we've gone out for meal outings, and so I just wanted to make that more accessible. And when I realized that, I came up with this idea when I was at this restaurant with a friend. So I actually wanted to do this at that restaurant. I got their permission and all that stuff, and they were excited. But quarantine happened, and so I put this idea off for so many months. And so today, finally, I had a little gap in my schedule in between some clients. So I thought, great, let's make this video. Another reason why I picked this is because I love this meal. It's delicious. It's so good. I like the balance of vegetables, noodles, proteins, dressings, fats in here, and I really like the flavorings. And I also like that it has seasonings that I don't usually use, so I get an even greater variety of seasonings, because seasonings have so many benefits, So seasonings and herbs. So that's why I picked this food. Oh, actually, I forgot to share the main reason why I picked this food. The main reason why I picked this food is because oftentimes, because I love it so much, and because I'm eating it when I'm out with people, it's easy for me. And because they give me so much, they give you so much. It's easy for me to overeat this meal. It's easy for me to get too stuffed. So if I'm not paying attention. So I thought this meal would be a great one to have with you guys, so I could show you how I go about, not getting too stuffed. How I'm gonna do that while we're live here together. Why did you pick your food? What do you have in front of you today? Did you also get something from takeout? Did you get what I got? Or maybe you just got something from the fridge that you already had, or maybe you planned your meal, or maybe you ordered something. So if you want, you can share in the comments, why you picked what you got. Why you picked what you got. I wasn't joking. Good thing I have my water here, but yeah, I'm okay. Don't you worry. I don't need this paper here, so that could go away. So, yeah, so how am I doing with the chopsticks? I hope it's okay. Not that I hope it's okay, but please don't make fun of me. Or if you won't make fun of me, I know I'm not good at this. I mean, I'm good at eating, but I'm not good at using chopsticks. It gets kind of messy, but anyway. So, how's quarantine going? You know, is your quarantine going okay? Are you getting bored? Are you home all day alone like me? I mean, I'm really lucky I get to work with clients, but sometimes it's hard to be alone. How about you? How's it going? Are you with people? I know that's challenging too, because having a full house and dealing with another personality or other personalities could be so challenging as well. So how's your quarantine going? You know, I've noticed in my quarantining, by the way, now I know why people don't do these kinds of videos. It's hard to do this neatly. Maybe I picked the wrong food, but whatever, this is what I wanted, so I hope you're cool with it. I've noticed that in quarantining, it's been hard, like when I come to gather with my friends or family, it's hard to be distant while socializing. It's hard to be physically distant while socializing. My friend had a good idea. Instead of calling it social distancing, because you're being social, you could be socially close, but you're physically distancing. So I've noticed it's been hard to physically distance when I'm visiting my friends and family. Oh, how about you? How's your quarantining going? Are you able to visit your friends and family? You know? Or have you been totally alone this time? You know, these are interesting times to be alive. You know, my cousin said it well. You know, this is an interesting era to be alive. Like, she wouldn't want to miss this. Personally, I'd rather not have to deal with the pandemic in my lifetime, but here we are. I guess I'm doing it. And you're doing it too. We're in this together. So, you know, we're all here together going through this. So excuse this mess. You know, I guess in the future I'll pick something less messy, but hopefully equally delicious or as delicious as this. How are you doing? Are you also a messy eater? You know, one time a friend was helping me redecorate my space, and he said, you know, you should put a rug under your kitchen table. And I said, no way. If I put a rug under my kitchen table, it would be so messy because I'm such a messy eater. I never understood how those people could stay so clean while they eat. Oh, this is hard to grab. Yeah, actually, that's why I wore this outfit. It was because I know I could get food everywhere. So I think I should have mixed this before putting it in this bowl, because I have a feeling there's more ingredients under here that I'm not able to access, but whatever. So how are you doing over there? Let's take a moment to check in. You know, I know we just got started with this meal, or at least I did, because I'm trying to eat with chopsticks here. But, you know, how are you? Where are you in your hunger and fullness right now? I mean, on a scale of 0 to 10, 0 being extremely hungry and 10 being totally stuffed, and 5 right there in the middle, where are you? You know, I wish I did this check in the beginning of the video, but I forgot. So in this moment, I guess I'd rate myself as a 3 or a 4. I'm still feeling a sense of hunger. How about you? Are you feeling hungry right now? While you're eating, where are you in that hunger and fullness spectrum? Maybe because you're not eating and talking, you're able to eat faster than this, you know? So maybe you're farther along the scale, you know? Have you ever eaten with somebody that, you know, you're eating with them, but they're talking so much they're not eating any of their food, but you're eating all of your food, and you're like, what the heck? You talk a lot. And then you realize that, like, you're done with your food and they haven't even touched theirs, and it's like, this is awkward. Yeah, that's happened. I guess it happens. But anyway, so this is really good. I'm very happy. I have some sauce. I don't even know what kind of sauce this is, but I love it. So good. Yeah, especially because I've been doing a lot of cooking myself during this quarantine. Generally, I cook a lot for myself, but I've just been, so busy that, I've been cooking for myself. In fact, just in the past few weeks, I actually went out twice to eat at restaurants, and I actually ate at the restaurant. It was really interesting to be out at a restaurant because to walk into the restaurant, you need to wear a mask. But once you're sitting down, you could take your mask off to eat. And I thought that was very interesting that it's like that. So yeah, I went to a restaurant and it was very interesting because, I bumped into some people that I know and they were over it. Those people who are over COVID, like they're over the virus, and maybe you're over the virus. I get that. If you're tired of this whole quarantine thing, I understand that too. So no judgment to that. But I've talked to these people who are over the virus. And it's so interesting because in my experience, those people who are over the virus tend to talk very close to my face. So oftentimes when they're like, I'm so over this virus, I'm not quarantining anymore, they're like talking into my mouth. And I'm kind of like, I get that's right for you, but I'm still trying to be safe. But that's been a very interesting dynamic I've noticed recently in all of this. So how about you? Have you gone out to restaurants yet? Are you doing takeout? Are you cooking all for yourself? I mean, even cooking for yourself is a challenge because when you go grocery shopping, there's a lot to deal with. It's so different now, wearing the mask, standing in line. Buying your groceries online. How is that for you? And the substitutions and texting back and forth with your buyer. That's also interesting dynamic. I haven't done that yet. I love to go grocery shopping. I love the grocery store. And it's been my excuse to leave my home. So how about you? How have you been getting your food, This meal might take me forever to eat. It seems like it's going to take a long time just because it's so much food. I'm talking, I'm eating slow with the chopsticks. Hey, by the way, how do you feel about this experiment that I'm doing? Is this helpful to have a meal together, to talk about food, to remind you to check in? Let's check in again. Are you being present with your food? When was the last time you took a moment to engage your taste buds? It's interesting. We have taste buds. They're there for a reason. Our food is meant to be enjoyable. But when you're eating, this is just one giant piece. When you're eating, how often do you engage your taste buds? This is a giant piece. How often do you engage your taste buds to ask yourself, how the food is, to appreciate the taste? Take a moment and do that now. Take a moment to check in and see how's your food tasting. Do you like it? Do you like what you made for yourself? Or do you like what you bought? Notice the flavors, notice the textures. Yeah, you're watching this correctly. I just picked up one lettuce. This is so hard. How about you? Are you eating with a fork? Are you good at using chopsticks? Maybe you could teach me. I had a friend teach me how. In grad school. She was really good at using chopsticks. And she told me I'm supposed to hold them higher, but I don't have that kind of dexterity quite yet with my chopsticks. I'm still learning. Yeah. They wanted to give me the wooden chopsticks, at the restaurant when you get takeout. I don't like using the wooden chopsticks. I just don't like the way it feels on my mouth. So I'm happy at home. I have my own set of chopsticks. How about you? Do you have chopsticks at home? Let's see. So, we talked about being present in your body, checking in throughout the meal to see how you're feeling. We also talked about being present with the food, checking in to see if you're enjoying the food. That's important. I feel like you know, being present with your food and really enjoying it could be a meditation in and of itself. In fact, a client and I talked about this the other week, that eating is like a meditation, because while you're eating, your mind could think about so many other things and be distracted by so many other things. By the way, where's your phone? Oh, maybe you're watching it. Maybe you're watching this on your phone. You know, there's so many things that could be distracting you while you're eating. What you're thinking about, you know, the phone, the TV. It's sometimes a battle to stay present. So I want to thank you for being present here with me right now as we're eating together. Good job. Yeah. And while you're eating, notice your breathing. You know, sometimes, especially if you're eating in a hurry or if you're too hungry, it's really common to do this thing I call inhaling eating, where people are just like inhaling their food. That could be really challenging. If you're inhaling your food and inhaling while breathing, you might not recognize your sensation of fullness. You might feel, I think I'm just gonna bite this giant piece. Oh, maybe I could rip it with my hands. Guys, I think I picked the wrong meal because this is like proving to be very messy. Excuse my lack of etiquette. I'm using my hands, but I guess, you know, it's just us. It's just us. We could be natural here. Please, you know, you guys know I'm real. You know, so if you're down with this, cool. If you're not down with this, that's cool too. Follow your heart. Do whatever you want. So, if you made it this far, I'm curious to know, how's it going? You know, what are you getting out of this video? Of being present and eating a meal together. Are you actually eating? I'm so curious. And this is actually really fun for me because I eat so many of my meals alone just because I'm quarantining. Maybe you do too. So it's kind of fun knowing that we're eating this together. It's fun. Thanks for being so fun, you know? I hope you can't hear me chewing. Can you hear me chewing? Oh my goodness. Maybe I won't wear a microphone for this. You know, I was doing some research to see if there are any videos where dietitians are, you know, eating, demonstrating, you know, eating, and I didn't see any videos like this. I mean, there are certainly videos out there of people eating. There's this whole thing called AMSR. Have you heard of that before? I just learned about it not long ago. And so there's tons of videos of people eating, you know, crazy types of foods and amounts of foods and all this stuff, and chewing, and somehow the sound of the chewing is soothing, and watching these people eat is soothing. That's not what this is. I made this video. Whoa, I just swallowed a giant bite. I think I need to chew more. By the way, how is your chewing going? I notice while I'm talking and doing this video, I haven't been chewing as well as I usually do because I'm trying to keep up the pace. How about you? Do you notice that when you're in a rush, or when you're excited, or when you're too hungry, that you forget to chew? It's like you're eating, you're like swallowing your food. And then we wonder why we get bloated. That's the reason why many people get bloated, is because they're taking in too much air while they're eating, and because they're not chewing their food properly. You know? When you chew, your teeth are manually breaking down your food into smaller particles. And when your food is in smaller particles, it's easier for your body to digest. So, and you have enzymes in your mouth actually that also start beginning the breakdown of the food. So the longer you chew, the longer the food is in your mouth, you know, the easier it is on digestion. So if you struggle with bloating, a great thing to evaluate is how's your chewing, you know? Are you taking time to chew your food? And again, excuse me, in this video, I have not been the best chewer. Just because I've also been focused on a lot of other things. But anyway, it doesn't have to be perfect. And that's another thing I hope you get from this video, is that it doesn't have to be perfect. If you notice, I had like lettuce showers earlier, you know, and I got a little messy and all that stuff. But I feel like, you know, especially for women, even men as well, there's such a pressure to be perfect in life, you know? And I think that pressure is also on food and how we're eating. Many people, you know, try to be so perfect with food. Well, and there's one thing about, you know, wanting to eat well and aim for health and eat in a way that's satisfying. We're all doing that. But it's that perfectionism that can really backfire on having a healthy relationship with food. Some people call it black and white thinking. It can make it so hard to have a peaceful, easy relationship with food because it's not one of those things that's so black and white. I lost the noodle, you know? Eating is flexible. It changes from day to day. Your appetite shifts. You feel like different things. Different foods offer different, you know, nutrient profiles. There's infinite variables around food, you know? So, yeah, there's no such thing as being perfect about it. I know we're eating, but it's like saying, I want to be a perfect peer. There's no such thing, you know? There's so many variables. It's almost funny to say that. So, you know, I like to share a little story about my week because it was very interesting. And, you know, for part of this week, I was in a really bad mood. I just couldn't shake out of it. I was just in an irritable place, not to other people, but just inside myself. I didn't feel like myself. And I really couldn't pinpoint what it was that was making me feel irritable. And that's sometimes one of the biggest challenges of all when it comes to feeling feelings, is sometimes they don't make sense to your head. And I know many emotional eaters, or people who deal with emotional or compulsive eaters, one of the challenges that they have is when their feelings don't fit into a box, or if they can't figure it out. And that's what happened to me. I couldn't figure out why I was feeling that way, but I knew there was something going on. Luckily, I didn't take it out on food. I mean, I really don't do that much anymore, but I knew I was in this weird space. I tried all these different things, you know. I tried journaling, I tried, you know, meditating, I tried reading, and finally, I had a conversation with my cousin, and that really helped. It really helped just to have a conversation. She didn't say anything, she didn't do anything, but it just helped to talk it out with somebody. And the interesting thing was, a few days later, I was in a bad mood again. I guess I'm going through like a rough thing or something. And I had a conversation with a friend, and again, she didn't say anything or do anything, but just getting it off of my heart really helped. So has that ever happened to you? And I felt so blessed to be able to have somebody to talk to, or people in my life. I mean, I remember somebody once told me, just having one or two close friendships is such a blessing. It's such a blessing. So do you have one or two people that you could call on, that you feel like you could reach out to if you're in a funk? Sometimes it could really make a difference. I mean, any of those things, like journaling, reading, meditating, or processing the emotion. I mean, all those things are so helpful. But it really stood out to me this week that, you know, reaching out is also so important. Hey, how are you doing over there? Are you starting to get full? I am. Starting to get satiated here. I'm starting to get full. And because I love this meal so much, it's kind of sad. I sometimes get sad, you know? Sometimes I get sad if I really like a meal and it's coming to an end because I like the flavor so much, you know? And this happens. This happens if I'm having something special, like if I'm going out to eat or if somebody prepares me a special meal. I'm really blessed that my mom is still alive and that she's an excellent cook. So very easily with her foods, I love it so much, it could be really easy to have too much of it. So let's take a moment and let's check in where you are on that scale. You know, I'm beyond neutral. I'm past a 5 of satisfaction, but I still want to feel a little bit more full. I want to feel like a 6, a comfortable satisfaction, 7, a comfortable level of fullness. So I'm going to take a few more bites here and check in again. How about you? Where are you? So that's what I love about this. I love this is what I love about what I do, is it's so flexible. It's so present-minded, you know, because if I stop eating now and I notice I get hungry in an hour, great. That's okay, you know. My body will tell me. And I love that right now I'm in tune with my body. And my body is giving me instructions. It's saying, hey, we're getting full. Pay attention. And I am. How about you? Are you able to check in? You know, maybe you could feel it in your stomach. Your stomach's starting to get full. Maybe you feel it in your energy. You're noticing that your energy is perking up again. You know? How do you know you're full? How do you know you're full? How do you know you're satisfied? It's so personal. So, as I'm getting full here, I just want to take a moment to thank you for being here if you're still watching, and to ask you what you thought of this video. Was this helpful for you? If so, what did you like about it? Is there any other video like this that you think would be helpful to watch? You know, I remember one time I went on a meal outing with one of my clients, and this was very early in my work together, and we went out for Mexican, and she was just mesmerized that I was having chips and guacamole. How about you? Would it be helpful to watch me eat something and we could eat it together? Another client would bring food to my office. Well, more than one client would bring food to my office and we'd eat it together. And she found that super helpful and supportive and encouraging. Will that be helpful for you? All right. So I'm getting full here. And I'm sad about it. I'm sad because it's so delicious. I'm enjoying this conversation with you, but I know if I keep on going much farther, I'll start to feel uncomfortable. So sometimes I like to do a goodbye bite when I want to finish my meal. So maybe you could do that. Have a bye-bye bite. That came out funny, a bye-bye bite. You know, this will be my bye-bye bite because I know I'm full now. I just want one more bite. Really good. So, well, I hope that was helpful. And I haven't said it yet, But my name is Eve, and I love helping people make peace with food in any situation, no matter what is happening in their lives. And I'm committed to this. And I hope it was helpful to watch me eat, have this session together. It's a long video. This is the longest video I've done. And I look back to hearing from you. I really look back for your comments, look forward to your comments to hear if this is something you want more of, or if you prefer my shorter tidbit videos that I make. Okay, thanks so much for watching. Bye.